All right, y'all, I'm coming at you with a new story today. Today we're talking about how I got caught smoking three joints on a school field trip. So this was at the beginning of my junior year of high school. I had just transferred from the main campus off to like a little special group help because I didn't do fucking homework and my grades were dropping. But here there was just a bunch of kids that smoked weed. Like literally every kid there smoked or like did some sort of substance. So we all kind of got along. There was quite a bit of arguing just because everyone was pretty hot-headed there, but other than that, it was pretty fine. But so we did pretty well on a test one day, and the teachers decided, like, hey, like, we're gonna go on a field trip. We all decided where to go, and there was this hiking trail cave thing by our school, but it was an old quarry, like forget what it was, slate quarry or something, granite quarry, something like that, that had flooded and was nicknamed the Bat Caves. And everyone would go up there, smoke. They used to have parties and shit up there until they started pretty much blocking it off. Like no one can drive four wheelers or anything up the trail anymore. Excuse me. But our teachers agreed to that. They're like, okay, like on Friday, we're all gonna go up to the Bat Caves, like make sure you bring hiking shoes, everything like that. And of course, my little group of friends there, we're all like, okay, who's bringing this? Who's bringing that? Like, we're all gonna fucking go there together. So I roll up two joints myself, before I go to school, and I pull into the parking lot. Another one of my buddies rolled one, and then two of my buddies took their car and had their bong in there, and they beat every one of us to the Bat Caves. So we all get to school, and they're like, "So no one's allowed to drive their cars there, blah blah blah." So we start loading onto the fucking minibus they had, because there's like 15 to 25 of us. I don't really remember how many there actually was, but there was a decent amount of kids. So they load us all into this bus, and then they realize, oh shit, there's still like fucking four kids that can't sit on the bus. So that's when my buddies were like, okay, we can take our car. So they're like, fine. They kind of knew what they were gonna do, but as long as they weren't on school property, they didn't really care. So my buddies drive up fucking before us. They leave before the bus and kind of just whip up there, speeding all the way so they can get in front so they can smoke before the bus shows up. So I'm just sitting on the bus with these two fucking joints in my pocket. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, I wonder how bad these smell. Like, I wonder how much they fucking reek. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But I was sitting in the back of the bus as far as I possibly could from the teachers, and two of the teachers had to end up taking their own car, so there was only one on the bus, and they're at the complete front. So I was chilling for now. I'm texting my friends. I'm like, yo, like, what's the scene like there? Anyone else there? Like, they're like, nah, the parking lot's empty. We parked into the upper one. We're just fucking. They sent me like a little bong rip video, like that. So we get over to the opening of the trail. We all file out of the bus, and my friend fucking come out of their car all stoned as can be already. Like obviously you can tell they were smoking. They're fucking red-eyed, faces red, look like they've been coughing their lungs out. They waddle over to the bus. The teachers are like, "All right, we're all gonna stay as a group. Like, let's get hiking." So right at the beginning, all of us just start fucking hoofing it up this mountain. We know exactly where we're going. We've been here so many times. So we get probably a quarter, half a mile up the trail, and there's this little old fucking rundown hunting camp, like hunting cabin that used to be there, but like two of the walls are falling in, and pretty much only the roof is still left. So we go over there and we start sparking up the first joint that we have, and we start walking up again, and we get about maybe a quarter to a half a mile up the trail, and the joint's just starting to go out, tasting like shit, canoeing. So we kind of just toss it. And not even 5 minutes later, after we toss that joint, the fucking male teacher that was with us just fucking strutting up long ass strides, caught up to us so fast. And he just starts talking to us. He's like, all right, like, let's go up to this little part and wait for them, have a drink, like, it's not a race. Like, okay. We're all just kind of laughing, like, wow, we dodged a bullet on that one. Like, he was right next to us. He could have smelled it. we were close. We were good at this point. And we continue up. We're trying to get a little bit of distance on this teacher now that everyone's all caught up, but he keeps like pacing us, pretty much staying 20 to like 30 feet behind us, still being able to see us. So we're like, okay. We all stop as a group like halfway up the trail. I think it was 2 to 3, nah, it was like more 4 mile trail all the way up, but it wasn't terrible. So we're probably a mile and a half, 2 miles in. The first Bat Cave's like 2.5, 3 miles up, and then the bigger one's like 4 miles up. So we're almost at the second Bat Cave. And while everyone's just sitting in that group fucking drinking water, we all decide to fucking sprint up to the first Bat Cave. Like, tell them we're going, blah blah blah, we're gone. So there's about 5 or 6 of us just fucking running up this mountain so we can spark this second joint. We get to the cave entrance and we look down the trail. We don't see anybody, so we think we're good. And we go all the way back into this cave. So the layout was fucking weird. You would walk in, and there was just two big walls on the side, all covered in graffiti from kids and shit. Then you walk deeper in, and there's just flooded cave. It's like 30, 40, 50 feet of water, and at this point, it was all covered in ice, completely frozen. It was like the beginning of summer at this point, or close to it, spring, summer, and it was just completely frozen. So we waddle over to the back corner of that cave as far as we can get, and there's just like a skylight, like sun shining in on this one spot, and we go over there. We light up this joint, start smoking it. We get, I don't know, 2 or 3 rotations in, and we hear someone yelling for us from the front of the cave. We're like, oh fuck. So we kind of just toss that one in the water, stomp it out, and we all just fucking walk towards um, whoever was yelling. And it was the principal of like, not the principal, but the lead teacher, I'd say, of the group we were with. And she's like, what were you guys doing? Like, why'd you go so far in front of us? We're just like, we're sick of stopping. We just wanted to get to the cave. Like, we didn't want to keep waiting. Like, everyone else was slow. It's not supposed to be that long of a hike. She kind of knew we were lying, but she just, fuck. It's okay. Sorry, my alarm. She just kind of fucking continued to believe us, but she knew we were lying at that point. Everyone caught up to us. Fucking, we're all talking at the bottom of this cave, and we go up to the bigger one. It's only like half a mile to a mile up the trail, and we go into this one, and this one is fucking huge. It's like 3 stories of a cave. There's multiple different levels of it. There's a fucking big ass pool of water that goes all the way back. There's also another tunnel in the back of it, and then you can go up the side of the cave, and there's an entrance to the top. So we go into the cave with the whole group, and then as they're like exploring the cave, we go back out and we go to the top of the cave, and this is where we smoke the final joint. We spark it on top of this cave, and we're just sitting there having a grand old time. And then we start to see everyone coming up as we're fucking smoking this. We're mid smoke blowing it out, and we start seeing fucking new kids popping up the trail that we took up. And we're just like, oh fuck, there's like nowhere to put this. So we just pinch the joint off and chuck it as far as we could into the woods. And then the teacher's pump popped out right as we threw it. Like, what'd you throw? Just a rock, pretty much. Then they're like, okay, you guys smell like weed. Like, well, we smoked before. Can't really do anything about that when we weren't on school property. They had a long conversation with us, pretty much saying just degenerates, disrespectful as fuck, like shit like that. But we didn't really get in trouble. They had no proof of anything. We just fucking walked down the rest of the trail. They were pissed at the whole group the rest of the time. But hey, if we're going in the woods, we're going to look at some cool shit. We're smoking weed, you know? But that's how we got caught smoking 3 joints on the school field trip.